we're back with Esoteric Ebb. This is the 12th stream in the series. If you're watching this on YouTube, hopefully you've been watching since the start, otherwise you may be a bit confused if you log in. Or you're just, an agent of chaos that thrives on just jumping into things and trying to wing it. Or, if this is you're watching via Twitch, if you're somewhere in the chat, welcome. And we are going to start. So before I logged on, I had a few technical issues. The net OBS crashed, so that was the reason for the late start. But when I got on eventually, I decided that look, there's not a lot of stuff happening at the moment in the game, so I decided to do just like a bunch of short rests, and I think I have used them all. So that is unfortunate. I didn't realize you ran out, but like, yes, I did 4 short rests, so that's 4 hit dice. So I'm fucked. So the only way I'm going to be able to recover HP now is with apples, consumables, and then the long rest eventually that I'll have. But I needed to do it because I have a few quests that are resolving around getting books. So I have my own book that I need to get, and then I also have the book that I need to get for Snur, that's down below in the city. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to hopefully just do a bunch of short rests and see what I can do. What is that? Thaumaturgy. I didn't know I had. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk to this guy and get my book back. The hatch of the door swings open. Hey-o! A pair of yellow piercing eyes gaze at you from beyond a veil of bushy feathers. I'm here to pick up my book? Yes, it is done now. Now you pay. Nice! How much do I owe you? The process was quite complicated, but I handled it like the pro I am. The final cost is 250 Norwegian crowns. Oh boy. That's a fair amount. Pay now. You could purchase a basic spellbook for 50. However, if this bird is as proficient as he believes himself to be, then it could be worth the cost. Yep, let's try it. Yep, perfect. Alright. You gotta comb his feathers, you know? Just say, make it 100 and I'll owe you big time. Wouldn't it be nice to have a cleric in your debt? Oh, true. Okay, pay 100. Then you'll get your book. Sorry, I sound like Mickey Mouse. Nice, that's a big discount. Great. You toss in 100 crowns from your pouch of holding, and out of the slot in the door, you see the end. Of a paper-wrapped book. Yes, take it. You open the wrap, discovering one of the most beautiful, intricately crafted tomes you have ever seen. The inside is filled with arcane runes, the like of which you can use in your own work. A masterpiece of a spellbook. Never let this one fall into the river. You are happy, I can see it. The yellow eyes tilt to the side as they peer at you from the slot. Now be on your way and mention my services to your clerical friends. I am the best, you see. That needs to be known. Will do, General. Anything else I can do for you before you leave? I might as well do that crap for the Free Striders, from the Free Striders next door. I see, I have heard of this. It will be considered. Anything else? Another one delivered. Hells yes. Thank you for your time. Is it done? Completed! Woo! Alright, let's have a look at the book and see what stats it gives me. 2 intelligence. Increases your max prepared spells by your proficiency amount. Oh, that's pretty good. Can I put it into here? Increases your max prepared spells by your proficiency amount. Oh, so that means then I can go to the tome thing down here. Get some things going with that. I also needed to skip forward a little bit because everything that I've got going on, it all happens after 6 p.m. So, yeah. Let's do the spells. Cool. I have more spells. Let's do bless. cure wounds, detect secrets. I don't know why I'd be able to do detect alignment, so I'm going to leave it alone. Shield of Faith, speak with animals. Bark Skin, Prayer of Healing. Crusader's Mantle, speak with plants. I've got one more. Don't know if I need Charm Person. Maybe Charm Person? Oh, I have one more. Speak with Dead, just in case. That is nice. That is a good book to have. A really good book. Alright, let us head into the city below, because we got to find Snur's book. And I think there's something I may have missed. Because I was thinking about it just before the stream started. I'm like, did I actually explore that, all of the city below? Because, you know, I've gotten to the very end of the city below now with the mushrooms and all that sort of stuff. And I still haven't come across Snur's book. So I'm just going to take another gander at it. See if anything comes up. Oh, hello there, Dragon to your letter. Good to see you. Yes. I hope you're doing well. I don't know whenabouts you joined, but as I did a bunch of short rests, so I've skipped ahead to 6 p.m. and the fun shall begin. I'm gonna go into the city below because I think there's something Can I go? Goblin Garden. Yeah, I'll just go to the Goblin Garden and get to where I need to be from there. Alright. Is that where I need to be? I never memorize where these places go. Yeah, the lower layer. That's where I need to go. And then go down there. Right. Let's go. I just got my actual spell tome back. Pretty powerful, increasing a number of spells prepared by your proficiency. Alright, so wonder if it's just... Oh, I need my light source out. What's this place? I don't think I've seen... What the fuck? How have I not come across this yet? A strange book. Sure is a fucking strange book. At the end of this hallway, in an alcove like any other, you see a book. It sits on a thin ledge. It does not have anything on the cover. An illusion. Beware. No one would leave a book like this. Not without it being stolen very quickly. This is creepy. Agreed. Don't write your name in there or anything. Heard about a guy that found a book once up in Muletown. On the cover it said famous people, and inside it was just a list of, well, famous people, historical figures or whatever. So this guy thought it'd be funny to scribble his own name among them. And poof! He turned into feathers, like a big collection of pure black feathers. Started floating away in the wind down the river. It was all everyone could talk about for weeks. That's a random story. He gives you a chuckle. Sorry, just popped into my head. It is very loud for some reason. I think I have accidentally turned up the volume at some point. I just got to turn that. That is... Oh, you're not going to let me do that, Windows? Okay, we'll do it like this then, okay? Okay. No, you're not going to do that? God damn it, Windows. Sound? Is that going to do it? Is that what I need to type in for you to finally... Oh my lord. Just give me my thing that allows me to... Oh my... Oh, I hate Windows 10. Give me a moment. There it is. Finally. Turn it down just a tiny bit. There we go. Everyone's happy now. Then the goblin frowns, looking up at the ceiling. I can't seem to remember the guy's name, though. Ominous. An esoteric curse, clearly. Anyway, what were you doing? I open the book. You flip open to a page. Any page, you flip through multiple. They're all empty. You know what you're doing, cleric? Keep flipping. You keep flipping until you see text on a page. It says in a clean and steady handwriting, what tome do you desire? Huh. Yeah, this is cursed. Clearly, this is esoteric. You take out a quill. You remember a number of ancient terms, books, letters, and various pieces of literature you could have asked for. You scramble to remember the names of the various books, letters, and various pieces of literature you've seen throughout your education. Try writing Novikian Chants by Patriarch Pillai. Your letters immediately fade from the page, but is replaced by another message that seemingly forms out of the same ink he used to write. Patriarch Pillai, his books are found everywhere, but the closest copy in the local lich house. Then the text quickly disappears. That's amazing. If it can locate any book, then it's like very, very useful. A glorious esoteric artifact. Make use of it. Alright, well, I think the book Snur talked about was Book of the Mind, 6th edition by Cividix. Cividix? Yeah, there we go. As you write in those letters, finishing it with a simple punctuation. Esoteric bullshit. The entire illusion wanders off, far into the deep, deep hallway. Whoa. Yet directly to your left, you see an entrance. It leads to a somewhat bright light. Your companion points towards it. Yup, that's some esoteric bullshit. As you glance over at the book, he's still gliding away into the dark. You catch a final glimpse of its flipping pages, while it's turning into some fine mist. Of course, we have that splendid tome. If you ask nicely, it might be yours. Cool. Alright. Oh, hello. That is a nice looking library. I appreciate a really good library. So, let's have a look here. So many books. Some shards of jaw. Nice. Oh, there it is. Is it here? There it is. Among all the ancient terms and scriptures, each holding a world of knowledge inside, the one you seek is here, right on the ground. Tingling teal cover, golden pages, an esoteric gem upon the latch. It almost blinds you with its radiance. Yep, we got the book. It's large in both width and thickness, as well as its content. Right away, it says on the first page, in big bold lettering, Blood Property of House Hagenshags. Book of the Mind by Cividix, 6th edition. Ah, Hagenshags, of course. It must be a century old. Is that a cat? Did you break in here? I did close the door for a reason, you know. Oh. May I? Come on, you. Let's get you over here. Can they see you? I think they can see you. There we go. Let's make sure I'm not cutting off the cat. Where is it? Where did OBS go? There it is. Yeah, they see cat. Wonderful. Won't you look at that? The book Appledent wanted. Quest complete. Or rather, he wants to see the sizable foreword, taking up the first dozen pages of the book. The scholar will be glad once you deliver it. If the upper class could be encapsulated into a single term, I think it'd look like that. Don't you think it'd be even more bejeweled or something? Maybe. We're covered in the blood of the working class. It is the way it is meant to be. A blinding light from below shooting into the endless above and blinding me at the center of the strange spiral abyss. Floating, your eyes adjust to catch a glimpse of the surreal shape. A glorious spectral delight. That light is an arcane apparition. None but the greatest arcanists held the knowledge to craft some of these. Who are you? Identify yourself. We are many pages, all words. We see you. I'm not allowed to take the book, I presume. A true statement. The string is in motion. While the library shakes violently at the tone of this esoteric entity's voice, You do feel there is no immediate threat here. That, however, could change quickly. Your companion nervously glances at you and whispers, "You do your thing, okay?" "Interesting. Tell me more about yourself." "We are the living library, that which roams the walls, the fields, the frays of Iomestra. Built upon words of old, the words of those who spin the yarn, yet do not thread the string." Speaks through a filter, as if it's translating its words directly from an ancient tongue. What the fuck are you talking about? Truth! Such clear and effective communication. This esoteric being is instructed to speak only what it knows to be true. Perhaps it knows only what the books around it knows. Something akin to that would be logical. Can you see the strings of jaw? We are one with the string. What's the rarest books you got down here? Rarity is a trait determined by the beholder. I mean, yeah, but in your opinion. We do not convey through opinion, we live through written fact. Yeah, but which book can't be found anywhere else? We hold thousands of written works which cannot be found anywhere else. Yeah, but if you had to pick one, which one is objectively the most sought after and, in terms of contained information, most difficult to find elsewhere? We hold 3 tomes, each of which holds a level of uniqueness and universal desire among the populace of this plane, that they can be considered the most rare copies in the collection. 16 Lessons of Chronomancy by Chronomancer. The Codex of Ultimate Wisdom by assorted authors, and a copy of the Vulgata by Saint Jerome. What's this? Vulgata, a lost religious text originally passed down within the ranks of the Order of the First Knights of Old Dimenor. These great warriors used the teachings in this secretive and holy scripture to ultimately influence all modern ideas of chivalry and knighthood. All copies were said to have been destroyed when the Order disbanded. Alright, neat. Chronomancy. Chronomancer. Ask more. Now, the Codex. That is the foundational text of the Avan Theocracy. What's the Avan Theocracy? One of the many theocratic cities which fell towards the end of the Divine Era. While little information about them survived the Arcane Era, what is remembered in history books is their strict adherence to the set of virtues. Today, some scholars view this as tyranny, while others view it as wisdom as more information is discovered about them. Vulgata. A copy survived? Where did you get the Vulgata? Ulrich Dresing. That is the name that was given. That does sound like the name of a first knight, like from the magazine tales. So, Dragon Tier Leather. How much have you completed Esoteric Ebb, or tell me more about the text of Chronomancy? No, its content is known only to those who can offer an equal exchange. It was the greatest treasure left by Himvrak Hagenshags. You must seek out this wizard Himvrak after the election. There is simply too much knowledge to pass up here. The Codex of Ultimate Wisdom? The original, taken via raids 1,000 years ago, left by Rodor de la Gara Verda. The White Mates, the Lion Folk, must have taken it. It lines up. What a fascinating piece of lore to uncover. Unfortunate you cannot restore it to its rightful people. Not today, at least. Those seem like rare texts. Yes. They are hidden from you, for you do not hold anything of equal value. I take offense to that. Do I look poor? You do not hold anything of equal value. Do you stay in the same place, or do you move about? The location changes. The worthy are drawn near. I see, so it's temporary pop-up sort of situation you've got going on down here. We are where the exchanges can be made, nowhere else. Who created you? The minds of Tulankatl, the cord pullers, servants of Jor. Jor is dead. Jor is. Jor sees. Those who made you are dead? The minds of Tulankatl are everlasting. Did your creators live here in Asken? The cord pullers built their empire around the gate. That is where they are. What was that book on the outside? We are all texts. The written, the page, the tome, the book. We are an esoteric knowledge bank collecting the written word from everything within. Perhaps a few miles? An intense magic, perhaps beyond that even of the Arcanists. So what do you want from me? A peace given, a peace returned. An egalitarian exchange. So what, I need to give you a book of equal value? A piece that is equivalent. And how was that valued? Do you value it, or? A piece that is equivalent. Ugh, that's helpful. Hold on, isn't this a library? Can't I just return it later? The collection must be complete. Can't you tell me who left this book here? The Book of the Mind was left by Hirmvac Hagenshags. In exchange, a piece of equal value was given. Hagenshags, that bloodline is supposed to be gone. What did that guy give in exchange? The piece was given. The piece given was the blood of the Order of Doug. Of Doug. Of Doug. Of Doug? Doug. Which Doug? Doug Doolin Dim. Ah, that Doug. Legendary figure. Right, that's the Drake Slayer guy. Yes, one of yours. Can I see the blood order? It is not what you asked for. Yeah, I know, but can't I browse the collection? No. Fair enough. Rules are rules. Do I have anything that's even close to the value of this thing? No, nothing. No, not a monetary value, no. But in more subjective terms. Okay. Well, I can't fail it. It's 1 DC, and I can't critically fail on nat 1s now. So, let's do it. Yeah. No, there is nothing you have that monetarily exchanges equality to this tome. However, it's not connected to a monetary value at all. It is not. While powerful, it would be unlikely that this thing would apply its own material break to the value on texts, simply because it would not keep the value of the collection intact. If you take out this book, then spread the secret foreword hidden within that Appleton spoke so longingly about, then the value would crash, and the monetary value of the collection would collapse. It has to be an object of, what, sentimental value? More or less, yes. Something that symbolizes a similar value, on whatever ineffable level this apparition praises its collection. Which means there is only one object in your possession that would reach in any way a high enough level of value. I wonder what that is. And you know what that is. No. What? You've got something? An equal exchange, says the apparition. What? My voting card? I can't give him my voting card. How will I participate in democracy? What's this? Mine. Yes. Your what? That would be an equal exchange. An equal exchange. You know it. You've sworn to guard it with your life. It is a symbol of your political internal struggle. I can't give him my fucking voting card. What kind of man would just throw it away? You're not just throwing it away. You're just upgrading it. Democracy isn't that important. How dare you? Yes, the vote is useless. Just get the book. You've struggled for ages over how to make your voice heard. Is this the time to falter, truly? What a terrible conundrum. Just do it. You should just think about this really hard. Come on, just do it. You're holding the voting card in your hand. On its surface, you see the marks of an indecisive man. I am not indecisive. I am Asgalism all the way. Lit up on the glow of the living library. Cleric. An equal exchange. State your full name and the name of your piece. Run. Or voting card. I don't know. I don't want to give up my voting. One second. Hi, Oscar. Should I give up my voting card? Or you don't care? No, you don't. I don't want to give away my voting card. I don't want to give it away. Why am I being forced to do this? I want to participate in democracy. Alright. I mean, sure, I can get another one, right? You nod towards the light, and it repeats the command. State your full name and the name of your piece. Hagen Hemlin. Ragen Hemlin's voting card. The card is grabbed from your hand as if swept up in a non-existent wind. Yes, the voice lets out a deep, harrowing statement. The exchange is accepted. This is a tragedy. Your one and only voice is lost. The trade is in place. Then the light slowly begins to fade as darkness once again envelops the spiral chamber. Oh man, good job, but I gotta ask. Well, why was your voting card worth the same as the super expensive book? What do you mean? I've lost my only vote. I won't be able to participate in our first ever election. This is a tragedy. Cleric. He looks at you with the apprehensive gaze of a concerned parent. You know you can just get a new one, right? What? A voting card. It's a bit annoying, but anyone could just get a new one from the district office if they lose it. What? Suddenly the light returns. The fuck did I just hear? Value is depreciated. Snell! Shit. He glares at you. He glares at the apparition. Then he glares back at you, nodding. Run! You quickly slip the fancy book into your pouch of holding, and in the same movement begin to sprint up the spiral walkway. As you do, the voice lets out a deep, harrowing statement. No exchange offered. Your soul will take its place. The illusionary books upon the shelves begin to crumble and shake, turning to dust one by one in a series of violent esoteric poofs. The ground shakes and the world collapses as you move up the stairs. You will join the collection. The goblin is by your side as the two of you run as if fire burned at your backs. Stop! The apparition doesn't seem to react. It must be because you tricked it with the voting card. That was a great move. Yeah, sure. Tricked. Let's go, go, go! The shelves turn into the sea of dust further below, quickly catching up. You push yourself around the spiral as books begin to fly off the shelf. Many turn to dark ash, covering the path in front of you. The goblin hops over the puddles of book dust. Something's wrong with this shit. Don't touch it. Behind, further below, you see a wave of this ash forming. It grows, filling the library. The voice, now faded away, appears to chant, The collection, the collection, the collection. As you hear this, a tome lands before you. It does not turn to ash. Look at it. It says, The personal spellbook of Grand Arcanist Phileas Prax. This is a masterpiece. You must have it. Grab it. Oh, no. This is an illusion. The apparition's trying to control your psyche. Let's do it. I can't fail this one. Yes! A filthy 20. It does not make sense. Phileas Prax did not have a personal spellbook, such a powerful arcanist would simply bind his memorization mentally, spiritually, and physically. Obviously. Yeah, obviously. Rushing past, it turns to ash behind you. Go! You follow the goblin up, closer towards the exit. Then you are close now, as all the strange ashen books now pour onto the walkway in a cascade of dark pages. The collection is echoing ominously behind you, barely noticeable over the rumbling of the structure. Almost there. That's when you notice it. The magazine that sits on the railings. A magazine in a library? Yes, you can see it clearly. It is the Red Light, the best nudie magazine in Norvik. It is banned in every official district. A one-of-a-kind type of debauchery. Oh, that's fine. I really didn't care to stop for some random pin-up magazine. Oh, truly? Of course, the towers had a ton of hidden stacks of smut. It's not exactly difficult to... Hold on. Look at that cover. It's a special edition. Oh? What kind of edition? Take a look. It can't hurt. Is that shit rising? That shit's totally rising. You glance at it, just a quick peek. Oh, yes. On the cover is a particularly sturdy-looking and well-built Amazon woman. The title says Orcs and Amazons Edition. Earth be good. Don't open it. Don't open the magazine! Yes! I have resisted the smut! The flow of ash catches up to you quickly now, like waves of glittering dark sand, each splashing and hitting your back because you to lose strength. The two of you run towards the exit. Don't stop! The chanting from far below grows louder now. One, a piece, for a piece. Throw yourself out of the doorway. You and Stell both jump into the city below hallway, a flood of esoteric ash coming after you, up until the exact crossing of the doorway, at which point it is stopped, hitting an invisible barrier, which promptly fades into a solid wall once more. Holy shit. The goblin falls down on the ground, letting out the occasional insane chuckle. Another stupid death averted. You got the damn book at least? Taking it out of your pouch of holding, you do still have the quite real and physical copy of the Book of the Mind, 6th edition. Never do that again. Time to deliver the book to the halfling. The goblin gives you a thumbs up and slowly starts to get up on his feet. Next time, he says, pointing upwards, we'll go to the Darwin Library. Okay? That was some esoteric bullshit. Nice. We saved. And it's dusk. Wonderful. I'm gonna get on with the shit that I need to get on with because I need to go see the Sphinx. It's not time. If I remember correctly, Snow Appledent is available whenever, so no big wait on that. But I do need to speak to the Sphinx, so up we go. Because I'm thinking maybe the Sphinx can help me get into the pillar. And I am so sure that what I need to do... What am I doing? I'm going all over the place. What I need to do is to cast a certain spell in her presence.
No, yeah, I'll push you over just a little bit so people see you. There you go.
Oh, they can't see you.
Sorry. There you go. Is that good? Yeah.
Alright, where's this go to? Central Tolstad. Tunnel to the river. Is that where I want to go? The river? That's not where I want to be. This place is a maze. Alright, I'll just go through here. Wait, yes. Out of the garden. No! What am I doing? Central Tolstar? That's the crossing, yeah? Yeah, this is where I need to be. And it's open. The Drunken Sphinx. I think I do need to speak to Rickspitter about something as well. Oh, she's here. Behold. Ooh, +7. Hell yeah. She does not care for politics or the world at large, yet she tries to uphold a sense of understanding in order to further her art. The goblin plays for herself. She seeks not glory, on this support herself for the craft. It seems to not have gone too well so far. That's a shame. What is this? A donation plate. There's a small plate with a fair bit of crowns scattered about the surface. The goblin glances at you as you approach the donation bowl. I will donate crowns. How much though? Alms are important to help those in need. You place a handful of crowns into the bowl. Oh, thanks, cleric. I can speak to these people? Hang on. Whoa! Hey, this is the Asgalists. You approach the dwarves as they argue through heavily slurred words. It's Borgalit Pat, Precipedeta Bluesky Savin. Looks Danish. He hits his cup while gesticulating wildly. The white wine spills out over the table. Foreman Alphos, Simi tells his boss while glancing up at you. Perhaps it is time. Hello, Alphos. Alphos turns around. Oh. Well, what are you gonna do, Mr. City Man? Cast mass torsion on us all? No. Simi's face grows completely pale, along with each of the other male dwarves around him. Well? The female dwarf at the far end of the table calmly sips her wine cup. She is ignoring this whole event. Alphos is very, very drunk. He's got that false confidence glowing through his sweaty forehead. The dwarf can take a lot, but clearly he's drinking far too much. This is why a sober lifestyle is preferable, even among non-clerics. He puffs up his chest and gets up from his seat. Of course not, Alphos. I would never do such a thing. He raises his eyebrows and looks at you diffusely. Vantalita. Didn't you help us, Mr. City Man? Weren't you a friend? Yes, Alphos. I am a friend. Simi gets up from his chair so fast it falls to the ground. I think it's time you go now, Alphos. Bah! Why can't a foreman let loose a little? It's not that late. He looks very, very tired all of a sudden. Tap Alphos on the shoulder. This is why drinking is always a bad choice. You should learn from this experience. Step away and let Simi lead him away. Simi steps in and grabs his boss. Sorry, cleric. I'll get him back to the apartment. I mean headquarters. What? Is it time already? Alphos seems to relax once his brother steadies him by the arm. Oh, he's gone. As they stumble away, you hear him mutter, Asgard would be proud of you, Simi. A good worker, that's what you are. Good handling of that, cleric. The rest of the dwarves keep drinking, not really reacting much to the foreman's outburst. Must be a common occurrence. Well, alright then. Hello. I'm here to speak to you. Can I behold? Behold! Oh, get fucked. Yeah, nothing. Fair enough. The Sphinx takes a sip from her barrel of wine. Little one. I need help entering the Pillar of Jaw. Now, that was not a request I expected today. Might I ask why? Lean forward and whisper, it's got to do with the tea shop. I see. How mysterious. The Sphinx ponders your request for sipping on her wine. This is no small request, cleric. Tell you what. Complete the riddle first, the difficult one, and perhaps I will consider it. Okay. Okay, so... Can I get up? I can't do anything. So, I can speak to her and do that here. Is there a way I can come here in the morning or something? Maybe speak to her then? Oof. Nope. I'm not gonna learn crap. Yep. Fair enough. Oh, what's the voice I had for her? I think she was a southern. Cleric! Lovely to see you again. Anything I can help you with? Hand her an AFA. The Free Striders want you to sign this. She looks over the document. Oh, thank you. But I've already got one. It's right here in my office. Old Rix here has got some sources of her own, you see. But this is a great reminder. I'll be sure to sign it soon. So you're happier about the accord? Oh, for sure. The Free Striders are very good business partners, you know. The economic support they offer is unprecedented, and that's without mentioning their general view on trade making the entire market perfect for economic growth. Now I'll finally be able to deal in futures again. You know, without having to deal with all those pesky and quite frankly tyrannical oversights. Time to make some money. And you, what else can I help you with? Tell me about the owner of the tea shop. Drummer? He's a real piece of work. Like, I'm impressed that he kept that tea shop afloat for so long, but look, I know the rumors, Kay? I love rumors. She leans in with a smirk. Say, Drummer kept tea shop full of... Ooh. That's what I'm thinking, yeah, earlier in the day. Because the barrels aren't there. when you speak to her during the day, but I forget how you access this place without having the place open at night. Drummer kept the tea shop full of Ascalis, mostly young ones, but supposedly he'd been working with the Freestriders on the side. Like some kind of spy. Could you imagine? Where do you think he's at? Well, I do remember him mentioning something of an escape plan one time. Really? That sounds very relevant. The bird was drunk, okay? Or one earlier day, at least. Because tomorrow's day 5. Hopefully, I'll be able to. Because I don't know. Because I'm not taking Everglad's offer. I might do that in like another playthrough or something, but like I'm definitely not doing it in this playthrough. Muttered something about covering every liability and how this escape plan was. Look, I thought it was a bad joke, but he said from what I can recall that his plan was to sneak into a crate and ship himself to Reed's. Idiotic. You'd have to survive for weeks in a tiny cramped space, which is, we've already found him accidentally, so. Some birdfolk can survive for months without sustenance, and if he had friends on board, they could let him out after they passed the immigration control. This bird is... that's ridiculous. That wouldn't work, would it? I mean, I'm sure it's happened at some point, historically. Drunken ramblings, but if I were you, I'd check Water Lane. Does he come here often? Nah. Well, yeah. Yes or no? Look, I see him around, but he's not a regular. But when he does show up, he's loud and wants to perform, you know? She's gesturing drumming on the counter. Not the greatest patron. That's it for now. Oh, here we go. That's part of to the hag. I'm looking for a hag. Her smile widens. A trigger. She knows something. Most folks steer clear of such creatures. But you just wade into danger, don't you, cleric? She's avoiding the topic. You know any hags on Tolstad? I know all kinds of beasts, but no hag, I'm afraid. She smiles a bit too much. Just stare at her. She fidgets and looks around. It takes approximately 3.5 seconds for her to confess. Okay, fine, I know something. But I also might not, you know? She's playing games. Time to play along! Ooh. What if I bribe you? It's illegal to lie to city officials. Lie? I would never do that, she says and gives you a slight frown. I'm also fairly certain that's not an actual law, cleric. I need to question her. She's a suspect in the tea explosion. Understandable. If there was a rogue hag running around, I'd be suspicious too. Damn it, there's something that makes this thing easier. Toss 10 crowns into the tipping jar? What if I threaten you? Ah. Please, she could be in danger. The fiendish woman furrows her brow. Then she gives you a quiet laugh. She can take care of herself. Mostly. Let's do it! Oh, shit, yeah! Lady Fair, I forgot about that. Yep. We're talking about a deep emotional bond here. A deep bond. With who? She's protecting a friend. But she's also kind of tired of it. She won't sacrifice too much for it. Just go ahead and convince her that you'll help. That you'll clean up all this mess. Hey, fiend lady. Call me Rix. Rix. Someone's trying to kill the hag. Maybe. That's not good. She's also thinking, for me. How do I find her, Rix? She looks down behind the counter, biting her lower lip. She's contemplating the situation. Rix. You hear her let out a deep sigh. This is a big decision. I promised her, but damn it. I'm delivering food to her, alright? Head down the well in the back. If you speak the words slow as a snail before jumping in, it will cast Featherfall on you. Thank you, Rix. No, I can say thank you after you fix this damn mess. She's not the type to hold up like that. And don't tell her I let you into her secret cave, alright? She winks. Contain yourself, woman. Alright, let's go talk to this, I guess. You approach the old well. It's dry and very, very deep. You can survive the fall. Do it. Slow as a snail. A tingling sensation covers your body. The well appears to be very ready to be jumped into. Right, so even with slow fall on you, this is still very dangerous. So be careful, alright? I know. You take a step up to the ledge. That is way to dungeon! Mika's little homesick. This is nice! Huh? You sure about this? No. But... Damn it! The goblin jumps in your leap. Then, you drop into the darkness. For several seconds, you feel nothing but soaring air through your uniform and helm. As the extreme tingling sensation fills your senses, the sense of falling, and another sensation fills your gut. Yes, stupid fucking AI shit. An esoteric sense. As your fall is gently and carefully slowed down until it becomes nothing but a faint descent. Alright. We found the hag. Wonderful. I didn't know that just speaking to... Oh! It's near where we were before. With the relic really early on. Oh. Alright, well, here we go. Oh, shit. I'm casting... Buckskin, just in case. Should I cast Bless? For the duration you add 1d4 to all ability checks. Yeah, that sounds good. Woohoo! Oh, that looks like a shard of jaw. No secrets. This is an awfully ominous hallway. It certainly is. Let's have a quick look. Hello. Oh, there's more shit to explore. Hell yeah. Northern Caverns. A shard. I'm glad that I'm finding more shards of jaw. Rat! What is this? More shards? Oh. A dead fighter, clearly drowned. Only bits are sticking up. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's the Baba Yaga kind of house. What's this? Oh. Skull. Looks goblinish. You kneel down to examine the skeletal remains. Goblin. Old. Very old. Oh, I can speak with dead. So I can speak with dead with skeletons. Oh, shit. I could have done that to that adventurer that got crushed. I might need to do that later. You finish casting the spell and the skull begins to rattle. The jaw twitches, opens, closes. A dry, rasping breath that isn't breath. It is ready. The voice is thin, fragile, like wind through leaves. Glance at Snell. Don't look at me. That's the old tongue. Can you speak Diminorian? A pause. The skull tilts slightly. Twigum thu tianga unfjogbona falai. I speak the tongue of the Slayer. The word drips in old bitterness. How did you die? The skull is silent for a moment. Bars? I am not dead. I am resting before the final stretch. He doesn't know. That's 2. 3 more questions. What happened to your people? The skull is still, very still. Ata Moe. The great slaughter. Your histories do not speak of it, but we remember. We always remember. 3 asked, 2 more. What is your name? Tar Ur Skathlain. In your tongue, Shadow's son. A name from before the integration, when goblins still had their own names. 1 question remaining. What were you doing down here? Teethhath. Escaping. The city above, the temples, the destruction. He spits the last word, or tries to. No spit left. They take our names, our tongue, our gods. I refuse to go to their schools. I will flee into the undercoast path. The skull's jaw stiffens. The false life fades. Snell stands beside you with a dark expression. Yeah, that's about what I imagined. Does it bother you? Maybe. Hard not to. But it's not important right now. Not quite worth it. That was a 3rd level spell slot. But anyway. Ooh, more shards of jaw. I have a feeling I'm gonna need a lot of these shards. Oh, this leads to somewhere over here. Oh, that leads to the door! Hell yeah! Alright. Let's do it. Claws dressed in shadows. You find yourself standing between the legs of this strange wooden hut. They move. The long razor-sharp claws tapping the stone. Their surface, nothing but darkness of some foul spell. Creepy. Nice. They do not appear to react to your presence too much. However, this magical artifact is surely aware. Hey there, claw. It does not respond. Pet it. You give the right leg a few pats, and it doesn't seem to react in any meaningful way. Can't talk, I assume. No reply. Anything I can do for you? It doesn't seem so. Do you think we should do something with this? The goblin looks at you, then to the esoteric shadow. No. I would prefer not to be pierced by that thing. I agree. You're smart. Sure. Lisa's freelance haggery and divinations. Here we go. Oh, there's a cat. Oscar, there's a cat. Like you. A black cat. That potion looks actually drinkable, like consumer grade. Can I trifle? I will use that. The mind expansion. Very cool. A healing potion. Boring, but useful. Sorry I'm stealing your stuff, but anyway. Here we go. Wisdom. Ugh. Ooh, 11. Oh, yeah, because of Lady Fair. Oh man, if I gotten a better roll, I would have gotten everything. A haggling. Birthed through the evil means of esoteric reproduction. This is a hag. A hagling, in fact, not quite so horrible and foul as a true hag, but that is not always a betterment. If anything, they might even end up in more positions of power due to their nature not being so completely evil. This one has lived a wild life. You can see it in her eyes, the years spent in service, the dream of a greater life, but the bodies left in her wake. This haggling has nothing but a desperate love for life and freedom at this point. Let her have it. Alright, let's talk to her. Nice. The scent of something acidic hits you. When the girl tosses cuts of red fruit into the cauldron, those fruits, there's some kind of mutated lingonberry. Lingonberry, a popular acidic berry native to inland Ascani, it is a staple in Novikian diet. Hey, reach me the thistle, will ya? She points towards the bowl on your left. Up on the shelf, it has purple flowers in it. Hand her the bowl. Thanks. I'm Lisa, by the way, she says while dumping the flowers into the stew. Freelance hag and service diviner. I'd normally ask if you wish for a glimpse into the unknown future and fortune of thyself. I wouldn't be against a quick divining, or two. How very cool. You're the one who stumbled into my very much secret little hiding hole here. The goblin leans in, hissing out. It's a hag, cleric. Be careful. Just let me finish up the brew. Been working on this for a few hours. The hag keeps stirring her giant wooden spoon into the cauldron's goop. Though, I've got to ask, how'd you get down here anyway? You're a hag, aren't you supposed to know stuff like that? Jeez, I'm not a walking god. There are 2 real entrances to this place, and you sure as shit didn't break down the one at the front. I would have heard that. That's a secret. How mysterious. She scoffs and nods her head towards the goblin. Your friend here. Halfways? Yep. Bet you can guess why we're here. I can indeed. She lets out a cackling laugh. She turns back to you. But you're some type of cleric, right? I am not... No, Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yes, I'm the cleric. Remember it. She rolls her eyes. Will do, General. What is this? Will do, General, the name of a titular catchphrase of a famous comedy set during the Coast War? It's a satire commenting on the ridiculous nature of the majorcrats and their coast-spanning war. Tea shop. What do you know about it? She stops stirring. She takes a deep breath and glares at you. First of all, I am not responsible. I don't have the power to cast a spell of that caliber, not even close. As a hag and diviner, she should very well have access to higher tier spells. I think you do, Lisa. You could cast a fireball, couldn't you? She scoffs, giving you an incredulous look. Then she averts her gaze slowly enough for you to look for it to look comedic. She is withholding information. I do not use fireball. But you could. I could, but I have in the past. But I purposely do not carry fireball with me, since it's completely useless for my purposes, including self-defense. Okay, I believe you. She takes a deep breath. Thank you, but you're a very strange person to trust a hag, even one with such wonderful puppy dog eyes like myself. Like you, like that. You're truly weird. Tell me about the necklace of fireballs. Her eyes go wide. The one used in the tea shop. Holy shit, she mouths and starts looking around. Are you shitting me? About what? That's insane, the explosion, you knew it was cased by an NOF. What's NOF? No, but it doesn't take a hag to figure it out, clearly. That type of magic can be unstable, sure, but if it exploded, someone must have detonated on purpose. Something must have happened in there. Something bad. So you think someone intentionally exploded an necklace of fireballs? Duh, sorry. In the tea shop? She nods. Yes, someone must have had a goal in mind. She turns away and mumbles, but where did you even find a necklace of fireballs? Why was it even in Norvik? I'm sorry, I just don't have any good answers. We need to talk about the elf. She freezes. Her eyes are stuck on the cauldron. She does not lift her gaze. After a few seconds, she opens her mouth. So, she's dead, Lisa. She doesn't say anything. Snell gives you a sullen look before mustering up the courage to say something in silence. She didn't suffer. How did you know the elf? Pinya knows everyone. She quickly closes her mouth. A flood of emotions. She knew everyone. A twinge of pain in her heart. She was a conduit. Between party lines, the Azgals liked her, the Freestriders had deals with her. The city, she was a part of the outreach, an Ilum ambassador, basically, so obviously she had word within government as well. What about you? I knew her, like most. Met her at a gig. I was guarding the daughter of a magistrate, some blonde brat. Now, Pinya, she could talk to anyone, and she did, so I was no exception. She was a friend, a good friend, just a good person in general, at least at first. She became an information broker, essentially, meaning she sold out friends left and right, including me. The Azgals released an entire series of articles about hag recruitment and illicit esoteric chimes and reads. Some of it bullshit, some of it very, very true. That almost ruined my career, mainly because I was quoted in the articles directly, anonymously, but that doesn't mean much when the Freestriders know everything happening behind the scenes. She bled me, like a hanging out to get dried, royally. Translation, she lost money. Right. That's shitty. You don't backstab friends like that. Not if you want to keep your friends around. She made a lot of enemies that way. Pinya did, including you. The hag gives you a wicked eyeing. Yes. I was going to chew her out in that tea shop at that meeting, which is why I accepted the gig to begin with, but she goes quiet. I was hoping she got away. If you hadn't been late, things could have been different. Don't you think I know that? She glances at a pouch on the table. I read the bones the night before. It spoke of dread and doom for those around me. For another reason why I'm secluding myself, for now. Tell me what you know, Lisa. It's not much, I promise. A promise which her soul does not keep. The goblin gives her a tired groan. Talk. I do a lot of different jobs for the Free Striders. This one wasn't special. At noon, the Tollstud tea shop, I don't remember its name, nobody uses the name. I was supposed to be there to barter for an artifact with one of the city contacts. The elf. Yes, I was supposed to be there. But, look, I know how suspicious this sounds, but you have to believe me. Were you warned beforehand? No, I wasn't. Did you escape the blast? Not exactly. Did you plan it? No. Let me guess, you're fireproof. What? No! Why weren't you there? I was late. You're right. That is a bad excuse. I had been working all morning on settling down Dancer so we could move. The idea was to head over to Ostrogard. Until... what is that place? One of the 3 unofficial districts in Norvik. Oh, that's another... okay. Basically anything on the inland side of the river that's not part of the North Wall. Mostly domestic district filled with both cheap... whoopsies. Mostly just cheap, stacked housing and a handful of mansions and towers. But I overslept. And then I overestimated how long it would take me to pack up. Dancer could be a bit grumpy when I'm reducing him. And then I forgot to check my watch, and I was running late. I was right at the crossing when I heard the fireball, and I felt the rumble. It was a fireball, I'm certain. That sound, I could identify it from miles away. The goblin grumbles. It happens, but that's damn convenient. Yes, I know. Why'd you hide then? She stares at you in silence. The girl folds her arms and averts her gaze. I know what I am. Either someone was out to get me, the goods, or... She clenches her jaw. Or there'd be a chance I get blamed for it. Hags aren't exactly the most popular in these parts. Any parts, really. So I went to Rick's. I've got a key to the Sphinx, so I slipped down the well, set up Dancer, and figured I'd just hang out here for a while, until it all blew over. Not the first time I'd got into hiding, mind you. You do realize how... Yes, it's suspicious as all hells. I'm a clear suspect, but I'm telling you, I didn't do it. You can feel the age vanish from her as she pleads with you. I was supposed to die, then and there. For some reason, I didn't. For some reason, you're supposed to be a hag just to vine up an answer. Yeah, well... The haggling sighs dramatically over her brew. The strings show nothing. Nothing but visions of smoke and iron in that tea shop. The one thing they do show me is... that you will believe me. I will? Yes, because you know I don't have any gods be damned reason to blow up that tea shop. And whoever did is still out there. You can take it or leave it. Now that you've found me, I'm not going anywhere. I assure you so. Smoke and iron. Smoke and iron. Tells me nothing. Clearly tells you nothing as well. Gods, she mutters. What a mess you made, Pinya. I guess I believe you. Thank you, and... The haggling lets out a groan, the type that makes her appear more like an annoyed teenager than an ancient, wise fey being. Just ask whatever you must. I will tell you everything I know. But I did not blow up that tea shop. I've got some other questions now, but you better stick around Tolstad for now, just in case. Yeah, I will. She looks off to the side. I will. You believe her. You kind of believe her. Bug, eh? But what can you do? I think that's a... Yeah, that's a mistype. It's but eh. She's obviously not someone you have the ability to bring in somehow, and she's cooperating. So for now, you should probably bark up some other proverbial trees. Can you read my fortune? Of course. Well, it's not my main source of income. Some on-demand divining helps fill up the coffers quite nicely. Wait, what do you spend money on? Do you even need money? What? You think I can conjure anything I want? I need ingredients, material costs. I'm doing a lot of arcane research on the side, you know. And it's expensive to rent land in the city, hell, even outside the city. And Dancer gets real grumpy if I keep him tiny for too long. Wait, are you expecting me to pay for this divination? I know the average cleric isn't exactly wealthy. Normally, the component cost of a divination is 100 crowns, so I charge upwards of 300. What the fuck? Really? What? Not too bad. I've seen witches charge upwards of 1,000. Material component costs for spells are fixed to a certain point. That means most currencies that contain a certain amount of precious material can be used directly for component costs and are not affected by inflation or deflation. Well, isn't that nice? Up until the so-called material break. I would like to know what the material break is, but anyway. That's not too bad. Could be worse, and I can't afford that. She chuckles and empties a pouch of coins on a nearby table. Don't worry. It's on the house. She's not truly altruistic here. You could get one too, little buddy, if you please, she says and winks at Snell. No thanks. I'm good. But I can't wait to see what the cleric's fortune is. I kind of want to see it as well. A hag giving away fortunes for free? What have you gotten yourself into? Well, I'm not too sure that... The hag begins humming a shrill note. It causes you to cease. Your muscles, they freeze. Men seek pleasure. Fools seek gold. Vain dreams in mortal flesh are told. Her words enter your ears smoothly. The shack, it grows darker. Yet 'tis the old world stars with secrets deep that weave the fates while spirits sleep. She slams the table and the coins fly into the air. As they do, they begin to float, slowly breaking apart into tiny chunks. The cost has been paid. What lies ahead? What paths unfold? For those who seek the power of old? By fang and claw, by stone and fire. Grant me a sight of his desire. On her last word, the broken floating coins evaporate before the hag. She lets out a high-pitched cackle. What a show. I've always loved that part. Anyway, you know how this works? No clue. Don't worry, it's pretty self-explanatory. She tosses out a glittering powder into the air. It illuminates several strings. Actual strings. Looks. Think of the single question that you want to ask, but I'll see what Destiny has to say about it. But first, I'll just take a look at your... Strange. What? Most people do not have so many strings. Strings of jaw. Usually I'd be able to read the outcome of one or two choices made within the next week or so of the average chap. But you have... Oh, gods. You have thousands of strings, each connected to your body like tendrils of... like a lot of tendrils. She's really not one for similes, this hag. Is that bad? Am I dying? No, it's more like... I haven't read a cleric in a long while, but this is clearly... She stares wide-eyed at the strings before her in the air. Whoa. Oh, bless expires, damn it. This is a divine connection. You're blessed, buddy. Oh, nice. Thanks, Earth. Oh, obviously. Have you experienced any esoteric events in the city lately? Yes. This might be why. The haggling scoffs. Not sure how good of an answer I'll be able to decipher when your destiny's all tangled and frizzy like this, but I will try. Have your question be something specific, like ask for the outcome of a goal or event or an activity. The closer in time, the better the answer. It is always a danger to play with fate. A true life is lived in the moment, divining only from your heart and those around you. Divination is the only input. Do not ask... What's that noise? Is that you? Oh. Divination is only input. Do not fear to ask anything. Viewing strings will not harm you. So, what do you want to ask Destiny, buddy? What should I ask now? Maybe ask about why your destiny's all screwed up. But I don't know. I'm not a magic man here. If my destiny is messy, does that mean I'm in trouble? Often, yes. But more than anything, it means your path has not yet been decided. You have the power to choose. That is what it means. Does this have to do with me falling into the river? No. Your destiny has always been a knot. You know that in your soul. My question is... What should I vote in the election? Who should I pursue romantically? That's interesting. And I can only ask one question. But I think seriously I will ask about the tea shop. Lisa closes her eyes and touches the strings in the air. They fade away as she does. Follow towards the flip to the base of the gate, till the cage scribe spins his yarns. Heed not the more among the pipes, delve instead far to the realm beyond. There true choice shall gleam, to die a hero or rise supreme. Interesting. Almost sounded like a guide, didn't it? Toward the flip. The flip must mean the gravity flip. So go down. That is how you solve the mystery, buddy. That is your fortune. Great. Got it. Thanks. You're welcome. As to the chaos of your strings, I will do some research. Really, it must be simply your biology. Some individuals are blessed, cursed with all kinds of esoteric might and sight degeneracy. Who knows? You might be a sorcerer yourself. Not too unlike us hags. She cackles wildly whilst making some notes in her little handbook. You are no lowly sorcerer. This connection with your strings is made by your own hands. You were not born this way. Your great genius has simply attracted them along the way. The esoteric does not care for your ego. There are many cases where ego itself manifests as the most powerful force in existence. Powerful, yes, but always destructive. Destruction is but a tool. It can be wielded. So what kind of work do you do for the Free Striders? A little bit of everything. Bodyguard gigs, readings, locating lost objects, information gathering mostly. Sometimes they pay me to stand by and look intimidating. Hags that have that effect on people, apparently, she says with a grin. What kind of bodyguard gigs? Oh, all kinds. Some of my early Free Strider work and reads centered mainly on just following around certain key revolutionaries. One of them was betrayed Prince Frederick Moonwatch, a real dumbass. Got himself into trouble all the time. His cousin Mary is even worse though, a real clown, especially after his books got so famous. Oh, I met him. He was like captured by the troll below. What? Actually, that sort of checks out. But weird he's down here writing one of his travel books, I assume? He would have been dead if it wasn't for me. You and me both, brother. Well, maybe I'll run into him. I'm assuming he'll stick around for the election at least. And then I can tell him what a dumbass he is to his face. Anyway, here in Norvik, my jobs usually involve guarding top-ranking agents in the palace, mostly. Quite boring. There was a time of excitement when your god died. 10 or 15 years of chaos, but that mostly calmed down these days. Even this election isn't as rowdy as those days. I wouldn't know. I was very young during those days. Right. You're about 27, aren't you? Must have been interesting to grow up in such troublesome times. It's good to get that order. It's good that order has returned. Have you located anything cool, like some ancient artifact? Not really. It's mostly lost keys. Although a while back they used to bring me to the city. They used to bring me along into expeditions into the city below, and have me locate a bunch of old cat or snail artifacts with fancy names like Hoochitintak and Rebaracha. That was fun. But would you believe they never found a single one of those artifacts? So you got paid for going around and telling them, nope, it's not here? Yup. And boy, did I get paid well. She looks delightfully content. So, you're a spy. I like that. I like that title. The Free Striders tell me not to use it for obvious reasons. But yes, I like that. Creepy. That's all about the Free Striders. What's up with the chicken leg house? Dancer! Pardon? It's his name. The hut is called Dancer. It was a gift from my mentor when I joined my first mega coven, but we've been buddies for longer than that, ever since the Battle of Thousand. Battle of Thousand, the battle that determined the end of the Coast War on the 14th of Cronus, 481 AE. This was the day the Arcanists fell, truly fell, and have not risen since. Dancer has been with me through it all. You were at the Battle of Thousand? Yeah. Long time ago. When I travel, Dancer stays the size of an acorn in my pocket. Very convenient. Then I'll pop him up in some run-down apartment block, unkempt park, or convenient cabin like this. Very easy, very affordable. Yep, sturdy too. The walls shake. Calm down, Dancer. It was a compliment. Anyhow. Point towards the goblin. The dancing goblin in a cage? Oh, yeah. Is that smarter? What the fuck? What is this? Ah, so that's his name. Snell leads it and squints towards the tiny creature in the... in the almost as tiny as the cage.
Huh. Why'd you look at that?
No worries. I'm not torturing him for fun. It's revenge, you see. What? Ah, well, then it's okay. No, wait, it's not. It's really bad, actually. Don't be a prude. It's not even really torture. It's just an induced state of dancing. It'll go away in a bit. He looks at her.
He looks like he's having fun.
The haggling sighs. Let me explain. Somehow he found his way down here and knocked on my door, not so much unlike yourself, and well...
He tried stealing stuff in an overtly brazen way.
Ah, I see there's a pattern emerging here.
Less of a pattern, more like a fucking mosaic. But yeah, he's got some issues.
By the time I've told him to leave, he'd already stuffed his pants full of potions. So to make sure he doesn't have it again, I'm teaching him a lesson. Via forced dancing. In a cage. You make it sound so brutish. I'm really doing him a favor. How do you feel about this, Snell?
Might be good for him, but I suppose we should advocate for his release. I mean, if you find the energy for it.
Please let him go, Lisa. Fine. She waves her hand towards the cage. It flings open. Smarter Fangu. The moment she does, the tiny goblin is flung across the room towards the door, his body growing back into its original size, hitting the door, then the ground.
There he goes. What? What happened? It's okay, Smarter. You're free now.
Your normally empathetic companion says the words with no enthusiasm. Hey, Smarter, The goblin suddenly screams. Pointing towards Lisa, he lets out that howling shriek with a deep primal fear in his eyes. A hag! Smarter then springs up, twists the handle, smashes the door, and he runs away into the night.
I hope you're happy.
Not really, honestly. I did a good deed here. That makes me good and heroic. There should be a word describing how good and heroic this action was, like goodroic or herood. The hag stares at you. Yes, I am herood.
Ignore him. Smarter isn't the one to hit the same place twice. You won't see him again, I swear.
Alright, I'll take your word for it, goblin. The room grows quiet as Lisa keeps stirring her pot.
Anyhow...
What? It's getting a bit late. Can I sleep with you? The hag stares at you for several seconds.
No! No! What? Why would you ever ask that?
Snell elbows you.
He doesn't mean like that. I promise.
Oh, wait, was that appropriate?
You mean just sleeping? Still no, you weird person. My bed is mine. Only mine and Sir Tribbin. Get to sleepy here, obviously.
Your companion turns to you and hisses,
Stop that. It's not okay.
Can I have your spoon?
My spoon?
Yes.
You want this old wooden spoon?
This old wooden spoon that I've been using for my brewing? The one that has no special wondrous or magical properties at all? I think you're underselling it, honestly.
I won't stop you, but I prefer to keep it.
That's all for now. Can I take the spoon? I can't take the spoon! There's a cat. Up on the bookshelf, nestled between dusty tomes and jars of questionable origin, sits a familiar black cat. He pretends not to notice you. Classic. The hag stirs at the cauldron nearby, humming something off-key. Is that your cat? What? Oh, him. She waves her spoon dismissively, splattering something green on the floor. He's not mine. I'm his. According to him, anyway. The cat's ear twitches. Snell, you seeing this cat?
Huh?
I do. Aren't you gonna pet him? I can't reach up there. Oh. Nice place you got here, Sir Tribbin. The cat does not deign to respond. He thinks it's beneath him. But he won't leave, so... Yeah, time to speak to animals. You place your palm in front of your face and whisper, everything is words. The familiar shift occurs. Suddenly, the cat's micro-expressions become readable. Sir Tribbin's ears flick towards you. Hello again, Sir Tribbin. Ah, the brute who learned to speak so does so again. He stretches, claws extending briefly into the spine of an ancient book. You found my dwelling. How persistent of you. You told me where you lived.
Did I?
A lapse in judgment, clearly. Well, since you've invaded my home, I suppose I should be a gracious host. The sarcasm is palpable. Perhaps you know something useful about the city.
Yes.
You've proven yourself. Time to see if you'll share something valuable. Sir Tribban, surely a creature of your wisdom knows secrets of the city that we brutes have forgotten. The cat's eyes narrow. Flattery. Obvious flattery. But not inaccurate. He shifts on the bookshelf, settling into a storytelling position. This should be good. There is something the stray speaks of. A tale passed down through generations of Tolstad's superior residents. He means cats. The White Mane secret. White Mane? The lion folk? Do not interrupt. Long ago, before the city forgot its origins, the White Mane built a shrine. A statue of a great cat, a proper cat, not one of those overgrown lion brutes. He seems to take personal offense at lion folk. It stands still, half-ruined, up in the grander city. On the slope leading up from here, where the wealthy brutes pretend they're better than the rest. A cat statue. A sacred monument to feline excellence, yes. The strays say, he pauses for dramatic effect, cats are natural storytellers, that if a hero were to stand before this statue, bearing both the blade of Whitemane and the shield of Whitemane united, and then pray to the feline goddess at any point after midnight, a blessing would be received. The Whitemane blade and the Whitemane shield, both. After midnight, in esoteric terms, that means between midnight and dawn. El campeón del rojo rojo, the cat purrs. Whatever knowledge he holds about cat speech is not entirely correct. What kind of blessing? How should I know? I'm a cat, not a champion. The stray speaks of its irreverent tones. That is all I can tell you. Now, I have shared enough. Do this what you will. Do not expect such generosity again. Lisa glances up. He's been meowing a lot. You having a good chat? The best, you could say. Did anyone ever tell you you're really, really cute? Watch it, human, or I'll send one of these books flying into your bucket head. He's done it before. Give me a black eye last winter. You deserved it. How long have you lived here? 3 winters. Before this, I roamed the streets, the hunter without equal. But the cold grew tiresome, and this one, he gestures vaguely at Lisa with his tail, offered warmth and fish. A fair trade. He makes it sound like a business arrangement. Probably is to him. What do you do all day? I observe, I contemplate, and I nap. The life of a philosopher is not one you brutes would understand. He lifts his paw with dignity. He's a cat. He sleeps and eats. Do you miss the outside? Sometimes. The hunt, the wind, the terror in the eyes of lesser creatures. He stares wistfully at nothing. But I am old now. The shelf suits my resting hours. A surprisingly honest answer. What do you think of Lisa? The witch? She's loud, she smells of herbs, she talks to herself, but she has never tried to put me in a costume. She is tolerable. Any wisdom for a really weary traveler? Yes. He fixes you with his dark eyes. Never trust a dog. They are idiots, every single one of them. Have you remembered anything else about the fire? No, and I do not wish to. That night disturbed my sleep for weeks. It genuinely bothered him. Thank you for your hospitality, Sir Tribban. Do not make a habit of visiting. What is here? There's tiny skulls without mouths. That's just stuff. Okay, well, did I finish everything? The hag hid in the biddy below to avoid trouble. Yep, so it's done. I did want to find out if she's going to look into my fucked up thing to do with my destiny. Maybe it's if I ask her about the divination magic. Divination is not your strong suit. However, there is a lot of logic at hand here. One you could untangle. The divination school of magic is the esoteric art of reading Jaws' strings, either to make deductions about the present or assumptions about the future. Interesting way to put it. Divination is the school I'm least proficient in. I'm the opposite. It's the only one I got drilled into loving more than anything. Her gaze lowers down, her bright eyes widening as she stares into the soup goop. Legend says Jaws' realm is a bit special, though. Oh? What do you mean? Fate. She picks up the giant spoon to stir the pot. From anticipalian knowledge to extraplanar excursion, it is clear Jaw made our world a bit different. If you believe those legends, then magic is supposed to be channeled through webs, interconnected ley lines, spun into the fabric of each material plane. Here our ley lines are more like little bumps, nodes, not so connected, but as much as they, well, bump into each other. Strings that through time. That's the one way to put it, yes. If you want to get all metaphysical about it. The practical outcome of this is, if you trust the accounts of Arcanists who apparently went on excursions to other worlds, quite simply that, well, divination is powerful and difficult. Some would argue the most difficult to learn. I'm not just tooting my own horn here. It's really tricky. I'm a fast learner. So confident. The haggling tosses some tiny bones out over the cauldron. They fall, then don't. You see the floating in place above the surface of the sludge. Knuckle bones. She cackles. Perhaps you would like to attempt it yourself. Yes, let's do this. Good. A cleric would naturally find his fairly easy. I could also offer a bit of a bargain if you're interested. I'm in need of some resources, and I could imagine you might be able to get your hands on some. That sounds like a quest! Yes! Not exactly an epic quest. You could call it a minor quest, perhaps? I need 5 apples, 3 swamp extract, 2 cardamom treats, and a more pie. Pronto. That's a shopping list. More or less, yes. Although, skip the apples and the swamp extract. And the cardamom treats. No need for that. It was just a craving I had. Just get me on more pie if you can. But of course, if not, you could still try to read the bones of your own. I'd like to see you see if you can do it. I'm going to attempt to read the bones with wisdom. We did it. You stare at the bones, but nothing. No insight, no esoteric understanding. They're just bones. Unless... Close your eyes. You reach forward now, above them. Reach forward to the strings. You see or feel strings. They tangle around the bones, connecting you with you and the hag. Ah, yes, augury. Far above the bones, the strings appear to fade away, but they are far. That is fate. The bones read into the strings. Wheel, woe. Wheel and woe. Oh, yes! You're met by the sight of a haggling doing a little dance. That's it! You can see it! Not many can learn so easily, cleric. I'm impressed. Did something happen? What? What do I do? You got the vibes! That's what! I got augury! She hands you a piece of torn paper with instructions on it. Augury. It's no true divination, but it is of the divination school. Casting it allows you to see an outcome in the near future. You will either receive weal or woe. Good or bad outcome? Yes, so you'll know with a bit more certainty what your next action will result in. Of course, it sucks getting a woe, but that means you're most likely screwed up on your next activity. But I suggest just getting it out of the way in that case, biting the bullet, so to speak. That sounds extremely useful. Sometimes, depends on how you use it. Make sure to read the instructions properly, so you don't mess up with a bad reading, okay? Okay. I don't need a knuckle bones, or... Nah. It's just the fell-tired method, my personal favorite. You could do it with any spell somewhat weird or fancy. Some people like cards, others throw darts.
I know this one guy who would cut the heads off chickens and have them run around in a little makeshift arena. I think I've heard of that guy. What? Fairly sure it was in the papers. Ghoul friend. Yes. I believe he set up shop in Verdun somewhere. Terrible person. I hope he's dead now. Anyhow, just flip a few coins or something. That'll work fine. Now, if you don't mind, I've got stuff to handle here. Can you make me a wand? That wasn't a real offer, you know, but...
Do go on. I like butts.
But... I can make an exception if you run an errand for me. I'm out of lingonberries, and if you were to get me some, I would gladly share you a piece of my current brew to make you a temporary wand, since you are so inclined into the occult now. Blasphemy. As long as it's not a hexing wand, it would be a lovely thing to wield.
Oh yes, that is exactly what you need. Wands tend to be help greatly in manipulation and people management, from what you've heard. I will get you some Lygon berries.
Great! If you do, I only need a handful, a dozen or so. Now the problem is, Tolstad markets were pretty much out last time I checked. They probably won't get resupplied for until probably next week. There might be a few, might be frozen lingen to find around the city, but I can't guarantee that. So don't worry, I don't expect you to find any, but if you do, you know where to find me. Can't I go pick some fresh berries? Sure. If you want to go try and head out into the closest, deepest woods, which would be the Trollskogen, but that would be a full day's trip. Other than that, well, closest we would have here is to it would be Upper Hollow Ridge.
I've been there, the Undercurse path, right?
Oh! You're full of surprises, Cleric. Of course you've already been there.
I already have some, actually.
What? Well, why didn't you just say so? Just letting me go on about it.
Oh. I completely forgot I had that. She tosses the berries into the cauldron, momentarily causing a green piece of sludge to fly up, and then fly back down again. Then Lisa walks over to her oven, taking a small piece of firewood, a twig, from its creaking hatch. Crick and crack. Wood wakes to feel. The haggling dips the tip of the twig. Murmur shimmer. Hearts unseal. She drops it in its entirety, the liquid lighting up in a blinding flash. Touch it once, touch it twice, it knows what you conceal. It's Wand of Empathy. An intense, esoteric aura. There we go. Not exactly ideal. The chaotic power of the hag is barely stabilized within the wood. Alas, it would help some. You can already feel how it grants you insight. This is exactly what you need. Time to make people smile. Lisa gives you one of her biggest cackles yet. One of my best yet. Only a minor wand, of course, but considering I pulled that out of my ass, you should be very happy with the results. You're improvising? Always. After a certain number of years of trying, I realize things move way more smoothly if I just make it up on the spot. The client is usually just as, if not more happy with it also, when I don't do it by the books. I'm very happy, thank you. You're welcome, Esoteric, etc., etc. Now, go enjoy your little toy, Cleric, unless you want to become a hag or something. I could become a hag? No, that was a joke. Even if you didn't have some... What? Even if you didn't have so much penis, no grown person has ever become a hag. A good, stable hag, at least. Men should be allowed to be hags, too. This is discrimination. Sure, could I become an Earthguard Cleric, then? No. I believe in gender equality. I believe in gender equality. I believe in gender equality! Oh boy, please, don't, please. Cleric, get up. I won't steal your job, I promise. She takes an iron ladle from the oven area and starts to stir the pot once more. Now, if there's anything else... Wow. What is this wand? Whoa! 3 charisma! Fuck yes. Where's that go? Ah, it goes there. So that replaces my weapon slot. Tough. That's a tough one.
It would be good to keep around though if I ever need it proper for like, you know, a big important check. And I cannot believe that I've now opened the door to this place, and now I can run. And now I think I've found, well, hopefully everything in this, in the first level of the lower city, which is pretty cool, honestly. But the issue remains. Oh, and it's nighttime. It's nighttime. So what we're gonna do is gonna set up everything for next stream. So I think I'm done for the night. I'm gonna head back. Actually, where am I going? I'm gonna tell Snell to go home. I might have a chance to read more of the documents over at what's his face is over at when oh, what's her name? Eta at the guardhouse where I sleep. All right. Man, he's still awake. Motherfucker. Is there something I could do with this book? I think I translated this book, and then that's how I got the one of the, I think that's how I got Mage Hand, if I remember correctly. Alright, cool. So I can't do anything at the moment. So I'm just gonna say goodnight to Snell. Let's get on with it. It's only 2 days until the election. Yeah, we've got today and tomorrow to finish this up. Good question. So today and... so tomorrow... I really have to get into the pillar tomorrow. I've got my book. I'm sorted. So what should we focus on today? Good question. We have a few good clues, if you ask me. Number one would be the testimony of our star witness himself. Look, I know you're in on this idea of following in the esoteric mystery of the smoking invisible man, but just focus on preparing yourself first. I have a feeling this could end up right in the shitter if we act too rashly. I can handle anything, Snell, don't you worry. Confidence is key, I suppose. He scrunches his nose and looks away. Though, also, this is the clearest clue we've got. Obviously someone fled from the tea shop into that pillar. And I don't think Mariodoc is the type to even give a shit about to lie or anything like that. So fuck it. Let's see how far we get. Let's go into the pillar. Do you want to sleep in the guard tower with me? I'm good. A true statement. Such a goody gold grove. I expect your opinion. As a man. Thanks. But don't worry, I'm sure you'll enjoy that tower, just as long as she isn't there. Do you have something against my celestial roommate? First of all, that's a very funny sentence. Secondly, I don't. Just be careful is all I'm saying. Don't want someone powerful like her on your bad side. It's late. You can head off if you want to. Snell looks at you with tired, almost deliriously manic eyes. And leave you here? By yourself? He also looks around. Yeah, it's dark out, cleric. You're going to sleep, right? Because I sure hope you're not going off on some adventure by yourself. Yes, Snell. I'm going to bed. Fine. I'm tired. I'm going home. See you tomorrow, cleric. You stand alone now. Alright. Off to my place. Well, I really hope I do figure out how to actually either go deeper. Hey! I did not expect this. And I got rid of Snell. I'll cast Bless.
That legitimately frightened me a little bit. Warden Kulurvo Lamelilanen. Woof. Ah, it's Constitution as well. I'm not doing this. Oh. It is an elf. An elf of Ilum. His eyes are dark, the knowledge of your doing. This Ilum servant, this spy, this warden of outreach, he is but a tendril of his master, but not so efficient nor successful scheming as you might imagine. No, they are nowhere near the might of their peak. Ilum is dead. This is an avatar of their decaying corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Turva, you feel fear. Turva his imenenin, an esoteric aura, elven magic. Identify yourself. Kila Tiasil? He does not appear to view as any form of opposition, and yet he is blocking your path. You suppose it could... Can I translate? Can I translate? I am Kulurvo Lamalayan, Warden of Outreach. You are the cleric to whom I owe an apology. Why? He holds his chin up high. His cheeks are covered in swirling patterns. You see the Eso markings upon his skin, symbol of his empire in the forest. It appears some of Ilum's issues have spread into your fine city. You have been stuck dealing with these issues for quite some time. On behalf of the Mender, I sincerely express our regret. You're a bit late. Kila, he says and bows his head. Apologies. We had an Capellanian Elementi, a renegade among our ranks. Sounds badass. It is not cool, unfortunately. A certain member of the court, who... I'm sorry, I never quite seem to get that right. It is who ended up betraying us, or whom ended up betraying us, correct? Who is the subject, whom is an object. It isn't hard. Wait, is that right? I don't think that's right. Like, nobody uses who or whom anymore, but like, whom is related to an action, if I remember. So, but intelligence said it's a subject, but whom is an no, it doesn't sound right. I don't know, who cares? It's your tongue, Iminin. It is important to be understood, is it not? It is the only thing. Her name was Pina Athena. She surprised us all. I apologize on her behalf for causing this trouble. What are you voting for in the election? I'm not a citizen of Normic, Iminin. Your democratic experiment is yours to handle on your own. I'm voting for the Asgalists, and perhaps with their victory there will be a way to extend brotherhood to the elves in time. Very well, best of luck. He really does not care about you or this city. His face is real artificial in a sense. It's clear he really does not want to have this conversation. So you're saying this Pina blew up the tea shop? Yes, I believe so. How? I've asked myself this very same question, but sadly I do not have that information. So you're just assuming she did? When I heard of her passing inside the tea shop, yes. There's more to this. Are you some kind of ambassador for Ilum? He gives you a smile. Ilum does not deploy ambassadors in foreign lands. It is beneath our legacy. As Outreach Warden, I perform diplomacy. Functionally the same, then. Haughtiness for the sake of haughtiness. How could that not annoy you? The elves are too proud for their own good. Why talk to me here, like this? I rushed here as soon as word reached me. An Ilum elf does not typically show up dead in a Norvikian tea shop, after all. And I must leave soon, so do not assume to find me here again in the future. You didn't come here to apologize, did you? No. Primarily I came all this way to give you a warning. To give your city a warning. What kind of warning? Pina Athena was the head of an organization with one goal. Destabilizing Norvik and its populace. If she was in the position of power, why did she blow up? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Her treachery was impressive, jaw-dropping even. It's a shadowy organization, so I don't know much, except that she was planning on exacting a horrendous esoteric attack on election day. All of it to bring ruin to this wonderful city. Could you imagine if she had succeeded? How many lives would have been lost? Terrible, just terrible.
He's claiming the explosion was not meant for the tea shop. I'm assuming the explosion occurred earlier than she anticipated. To our fortune. To all our fortunes. He is lying through his sharp teeth. And she was the only casualty in the end. He shrugs as though it's obvious. The simplest answer is always the likeliest. Most times, yes, but not on heroic quests. The elf swings his cloak around, facing the river. Now, I'm afraid I don't have much time. He glances over at the river. Wait, so who blew up the tea shop? I do not know. Someone in her organization, Pinya herself, a collaborator. Perhaps one of her underlings did not want to follow Pinya Athena's horrible plan. I've also heard she was in a meeting with a powerful local hag on the day of the explosion. Now, I've already gone to see her. He doesn't know about Lisa then, but he's heard of the situation. Why should I believe anything you tell me? Imset, he says and gives you a smile. A condescending smirk played as a friendly smile. We have a saying among the outreach court. It translates into something like, dragon servants do not know, they simply feel. They have vasto, or perhaps a gut feeling would be the correct way to phrase it. The elf's words soften the tone in your stomach, soften the stone in your stomach. Your gut must tell you that I am on your side. He's very good at this, but he's lying through his teeth. Trust your gut. You're not going anywhere. I'm taking you to the dungeons. No, that seems bad. That seems bad. Thank you for the information, Warden. He bows his head. Then he whispers a few lines of Elvish to himself, while maintaining eye contact with you. As he finishes his incantation, he clears his throat, and throws up a hand in his before his face. May Earth keep watch upon thee. Let's just finish this. The elf had a reason for speaking with you, and he was not the altruistic type. Whatever that whole dance was, it was clearly to avert blame landing on someone. Himself, to push it onto the dead elf? Who knows? This warden appears to want to distance himself from the situation. Logically, that means he's more guilty than he lets on. But why should he have shown up at all if that were his goal? You didn't even know he existed. He must have been doing something else in Tolstad. But what? I'll think about this later. Now I really need to sleep. Well, that's true. I really do need to sleep. What time is it in the game? Oh, man. I can read read the documents. You spend an inordinate amount of time sorting and investigating these documents. It could have been of value to spend some time here, or it could not. A conundrum. Okay. Read about... if I read that, it's not too long. What about the old ledger? It's a thick tome worth of accounts from explorers of the Undercoast. 2 hours. You spend 2 hours looking through the rambling journals. A journey through the gravity shift tunnels. A trek past the infamous gnome liches of perpetuity. Surviving the depths of the yelling pits of loudness. The yelling pits of loudness. And the fungal valley right above it. These are all real places. Then it goes on for several chapters on the topic of traversing the Undercoast itself, along with visits of the various enclaves and remote isles and the esoteric events that often change the landscape that far seawards. The knowledge held within might not help you directly, especially by just taking a quick look through it. But if you run into trouble below, some of these tips could save your life. Glance at the note sticking at the end. A short list is stuck by the page. It contains a bunch of names you don't recognize. It says, Druidism meetups. They meet in various parks and eating some sort of snack. Not interesting nor dangerous. The Undercoast sure is scary. Oh, yeah, alright. This is the last, this is the last night. And then tomorrow is like the last day for me to find the smoking man, so. It's a single page going over the official statement regarding the tea shop incident of the 21st of March. You spend 30 minutes looking through the report. There's some interesting details here, mostly things you've heard before. However, one detail that sticks out, several people do mention a man in yellow. Yep, we know about the man in yellow. It appears everyone saw your star witness, Mr. Moonwatch, as you escaped. I'm done here. So we can literally get nothing else from that. That was it. That was it. Take a long rest. Your eyes close to begin this desperate plea for sleep. The strings you follow are all tangled around the endless pillars spiked through the heart of the city. Finally, to enter the pillar, you must perform a most challenging esoteric task: travel to the beyond. There are so many esoteric beings on Tolstad, some of whom are already known to you. One of them will surely assist you. Is this your last night on Tolstad? Is this your last night alive? As the sun rises over your beloved city, you know one thing to be true. It is time to enter the pillar. And I just gotta do the thing with the Sphinx. I gotta figure out the riddle. Here we go. One day remaining. This is it. My last day to finish this. The final day. Everything ends today. Or begins, depending on your perspective. Depending on which party wins this foolish democratic process. Alright. Off we go. Cleric. She is still working on detailed notes, her halo spinning. Get to know her better. It is time. Become the man you were meant to be. Speak with the angel about religion. Oh, that's really low. You defeated the roper. You defeated the skeleton. She pities you. You told her what you thought about her many eyes. Behold success. Yes! This woman served Earth. Why? A woman of her caliber, a great celestial of the West. She must be bound by some good oath, by some oath. Of course, an oath to serve the city even beyond his death. She is a sister to the cause. Ask her. Ask her why she is here. The angel's many eyes focus on you as you open your mouth. Why do you remain here, serving a city of men? She stops her work. The floating papers begin to move out of the way, and the angel descends ever so slightly. It is... She grits her teeth and clenches fists. The first time you've seen her perform any kind of physical exertion. Tu miasto je rozum seji. The city has lost its head. A city of fools. Your body shakes. You hold no power against her. Stand your ground. Face her. Do not lower your head. The celestial faces you. You speak truth. The city is lost. Her normally stone-faced expression is still there, but with a swirling mass of esoteric force where her eyes are supposed to be. Her telepathic voice rattles louder in your mind. A cracking boom. I am not a slave to this city. You feel as though the world is vibrating around you. The angel's halo slows. She's calmer now, as if releasing that angry remark was exactly what she had been waiting to do. But that is not an answer to your question. No, it's really not. She lifts her head, the many eyes follow. Why do I remain here? She asks herself, yet in your mind as well. Damn, this is some deep psychological stuff. Didn't expect that from a celestial. The darkness within her skull retracts as she waves her hand. Ask, if you're so adamant. Where do you come from? I was crafted from molten blood, upon the slain corpse of the Titan, Velo Christi. Whoa, how do you pronounce that? It looks like it'd be Velo Kavesti? Or Kavesti? My sister spawned from the flood, on the slope, at the The closing. So she is... I am no Anticipalian. My crafting was made here, on the Esoteric coast, right as it all turned hellwards, at least 2 millennia ago then. It was force, I learned, so soon after my first light. She lapses into more dated language when she calls for birth. This is the life of a celestial. That is where I come from, the eternal battle for the Holy Mountain. Holy Mountain, short name for the singular infinite mountain set along the coast of Divinitorum, along with those natural wonders, of course. So you're kind of a veteran. Huh. A short bark of a laugh in your mind. Score. She thinks you are being funny. A colourful storm dances within the hole of her skull. Those before me, they were the ones who actually arrived to this plane. They had not the concept of even of time. Many mortals say my presence is alien. Older celestials are alien to me. How did you meet Earth? She does not answer for quite some time. At sea, I moved with an Imian explorer at the time. On her airship. Airship? Like an Arcanist kind? Yes. It was a slow and dangerous contraption. Airships haven't made much progress since due to the war. I was an official of the Gold Dispatch. My job was to watch the Imians' movements and report my findings, while acting as an official witness. Only after a year of travel, the ship went down in the ocean. They accidentally flew into a frozen pocket. Oh. I stayed near to watch the disaster, as was my duty to report. She's quiet for a beat. 20 crew members died in the impact, and the other 12 gathered on the wreck. They called out to me, pleading as they froze to death. I did not have authority to interfere, as was the Golden Horde's foreign affair edicts at the time. Her voice does not change in tone at all, yet you can feel the pain as she tells you this. She obeyed. She followed orders. That is good. Horrible. Once the voices were silent, I left the blizzard behind, moving inland. You can just fly out in the ocean? It was not easy. The storm raged. Before making it out of the pocket, I was struck by lightning. Lightning? Yes. Like a bolt? Like a bolt of lightning? Yes, cleric. Her many eyes landed upon her right arm, held out opposite the floating shards on her left. That is when my wing broke. I fell into the depths. Even an angel cannot withstand nature's fury. That should have ended me, yet the strings aligned. A fleet of humans were traveling across the rough Ascani waters. You ran into the chosen people? Chosen people. She repeats your words. She does not like that term. The human god saved me. That is how I met him. I did not join him in the struggle with the lower creatures of Shime, your Ascani, yet in time I served. What was Earth like? You know, you have your tales. I know the stories, but I want to know what you thought of him. You see many, many eyes gaze into yours. He was meek.
Yes! Oh, other meek. Sorry.
Kind. Reluctant. It was his weakness and his strength. Your god was a complicated man, cleric. He did terrible things. He performed great deeds. He was just a man. Just a man, huh? He built this city in his own image, for good and ill. How long have you been here? I served him for a minuscule amount of time, approximately 49 years. So you fought trolls with Earth? No, I joined after the initial conquest. We view the time in different lights, cleric. Remember that. Why Darrow? I am a senior member of the Earth Guard. The Patriarch set my assignment. I am following orders. She follows orders, yet she rages inside. This is her struggle. I head Nicholas Darrow's defense, along with a handful of rotating guards. It is not a difficult appointment. Must be boring. I am not searching for excitement. Her many eyes look away, focusing on piles of documents scattered across the tower. I have nothing else to do. You're looking for meaning. Meaning. She looks back at you. Call it what you will. I am here for now. Why not go back to the Golden Horde? Do you believe them to be better? The Horde consumes and subjugates. At times they fractionalize, splintering into deadly warbands, usually by some divine mandate or plot, rather than similar motives to the civil wars of mortals. Her telepathic voice changes to an octave lower than before. I was a cog, and said, inside. I could not see the contraption outside, it's clear. They are a machine, built for a divine incursion. One ended millennia past. You don't want to be part of their war machine. This city is not a machine. It is a living, breathing thing. One that may dance or sing or run off a cliff. There is something good about that. She prefers the Earth-Folkian way of life. Who would not? Norvik is the greatest city on the coast. Do all Celestials look like you? No. Too bad. She turns away from you. Ah, come on, that was a decent line. She liked the comment. What? Really? Nice. Celestial creatures are amorphous spirits, built upon the energies of the positive. We shape in time. We form by purpose, some of us fast, some of us slow, some by the physical means, some by spiritual. Celestials are even more diverse than their opposing devilish cousins. From unicorns to coatls, from mighty Empyreans to cherubs, of all Dimenor. Well, I think you're pretty at least. Not a single one of her many rotating eyes meet your gaze. Oh, aesthetic subjectivity was not in discussion, cleric. Please refrain from using such language. Oh, she did not hate that, did she? Her reaction. Is she flustered? I have the freedom to express my subjectivity as I want. I am a man. I summon the very fact that I am a man! Ouch, my heart. You are hurt. She states the words less as a question, despite it being one. Don't worry. Everything hurts a lot these days. She's silent for a moment and gives you a calm nod. You have not inquired about assistance. Assistance? The tea shop. Oh, right. I forgot. All right. The job. Can't go forgetting about the job. She descends slightly. You can almost look at her without bending your neck all the way back. This incident is to be investigated entirely of your own accord, cleric. I will not interfere. However, my duties include keeping watch over the ruins, Miastugleben, the city below. Are you entering the lower parts of Norvik? I've done my fair share of spelunking, thank you very much. Spelunking. She is tasting your colourful use of language. If I find the time, I will assist you, cleric, in the undercursed path. Her voice betrays a certain feeling, deep within the radiant heart. There has been interest in dealing with the dangers entering throughout that trail. Shall be dealt with, once and for all. Glorious. Oh, the troll? Yeah, I've already dealt with that. You... She gawks at you, with all of her eyes. What did you do with Gorgalash? I'm here, aren't I? Oh, touch your hand. The big boy is kaput. Oh, impressive, cleric. This will be reported. You are such a man. Give it a thumbs up. Still. Angel is scary. This will help. All from dark is scared of burning light. Your scarf then whispers to you, Meek includes self in list. I will meet you there. An angel will surely help you out a lot. What's that, like a third companion? At this rate, you'll have a full party in no time. She will be good support. Is this on behalf of Darrow? No. It is on my behalf. Yes! I got her as a companion. The angel returns to her work. Ato will now join you on the undercursed path as long as you do not go down there solo. Have a good day, Ato. Well, that's cool. That's a good place to save, having now Ato at my side. I think we should call it there. Definitely call it there before it keeps on going and going and going. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube or wherever, thank you for watching. This is the 12th series. The next one will be the 13th. Who knows? It might be the last stream. Or at least second last stream. Who knows? Thank you all for watching. If you want to catch me on anything, Twitch, twitch.tv/griffinmuffin. Saturdays around 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I have a YouTube channel, which you might be familiar with if you're watching this on the YouTube series of playlists or whatever. I do all sorts of video essays, including to do with Pillars of Eternity and Disco Elysium. That's all I have to say. Wherever you are right now, I hope you have a little bit of happiness in your life. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.